We are in West Alexandria, Ohio tonight. Twin Valley Local Community Schools. The Tri-Village Patriots visiting the Twin Valley South Panthers. With me tonight, Tony Thomas. I'm Mark Bixler. And Tony, this should be a war tonight. It's ultimately for the Cross-County Conference Championship. If Twin Valley South wins, they win the conference outright. If Tri-Village wins, then there is a four-way tie, a repeat of a year ago.
Well, this should be exciting tonight, as this 12-team conference has a hard time sorting itself out for the second year in a row. And you're right, an upset by Tri-Village tonight could bring some other teams cross-county conference championship, namely National Trail and Franklin Monroe, right along with them. And we expect to see them here rooting for the Patriots. But it's going to be a hard battle out here. Twin Valley South has proven itself not only in the conference but outside the conference, going undefeated outside of the conference, sitting with one blemish, and that beats the Franklin Monroe Jets this year, Mark.
Well, they're 9-1 in the cross-county conference, and as you mentioned, that one loss to FM, and that's their only loss on the year as well. It's 17-1. They still have one additional regular season game to play in addition to tonight's ball game. That's basically due to foul weather that we've had recently.
Well, that brings up an interesting point. We were talking, Tri-Village has not been in school since Thursday. They had a scheduled break Friday and Monday and two calamity days, and Twin Valley South was back in school today, and it's always interesting to see how the kids deal with that interrupted schedule.
Well, I was unfortunately, well, I don't want to say unfortunately, but Sunday and into Monday, I was at my brother's. I went there after church, not thinking that we were under a level 3, and of course we were under a level 3 snow emergency at that point, so I didn't want a chance getting a ticket, so I thought I'd just stay at my brother's.
Stay put there, and there was a lot of that in the region, and fortunately today we saw a little rain instead of snow, and hopefully the worst is behind us.
Well, this weekend, of course, this is a rescheduled ball game. It was initially scheduled for Friday, Valentine's Day, February 14th, but because of the snow that we got on Valentine's Day, it was postponed and, of course, rescheduled for Wednesday, February 19th. And that is the current date, so we were fortunately able to get it in. And as we mentioned, should be a war. There's no question about that, because Tri-Village has a little something to prove, especially after kind of a stunning loss at Mississinawa Valley in their last regular season game.
Well, I think you have to say that Tri-Village did have somewhat of a roller coaster year, starting out the year with the 3 losses and then storming back with 6 in a row, and impressive wins along the way. But lost some games, I think, maybe in the conference they'd like to have back, but then again, beating some very good teams. We mentioned that National Trail and Franklin Monroe still in the hunt for a cross-county conference championship. Tri-Village able to knock those 2 teams off, but lost to teams that aren't in the hunt. So Twin Valley South, on the other hand, has been able to handle all teams other than Franklin Monroe and have put themselves in the driver's seat here with a win to take home another championship.
Well, you mentioned the 2 losses that Tri-Village has in the cross-county conference. They were the first 2 ball games, Arcanum in overtime and Ansonia on a last-second shot by Greg Wentworth.
Well, I'm sure if you asked Coach Lee Faulkner at that point if he'd like to have this game scheduled for tonight going for the cross-county conference championship, he might have had some doubts. But the team has certainly responded after those first 2 losses in conference play and have really taken care of business. Interesting, they've lost to some teams in the conference when it's not conference games, but when the conference game was designated on the schedule, they came through and won those games and put themselves in position tonight to play for this championship.
And those two games in particular, they lost on that first weekend to National Trail.
And later, they're more recently to Mississinawa Valley.
Exactly, and when it counted, they won.
And you got to give the team credit for that. Coach Lee Faulkner's taken a group of young people that didn't have an incredible amount of experience coming into this year and molded them into a real formidable team. And Tony Osberger for Twin Valley South, year in and year out, is able to bring a team together that's always competing for the conference championship.
And Tony's been here quite a while here at Twin Valley South. Don't ask me how many years he's been here, but nonetheless, he's been here.
My guess would be he's only second to Coach Faulkner in tenure in the conference.
That would be my guess as well, because I think he was here in the late 80s, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that would have to be right. I know I was coaching in the early 90s, and he'd already established himself here. So.
Well, we are just a few minutes away from the opening tip-off. The starting lineups as well will be announced prior to that, but Tony, what can we expect? Obviously, it's going to be a real battle, but you have to give a little bit of an edge to Twin Valley South, coming into tonight's game at 17-1, 9-1 in the cross-county conference. Tri-Village, on the other hand, 13-6, 8-2. But just playing it on their home court has to give them a little bit of an edge.
Well, and I think going into the season, most people would have picked Twin Valley South to be one of the teams to beat in the conference. And no different from this year than what you're going to expect out of Twin Valley South any year, and that's they're going to put good pressure defense all the way from baseline to baseline. They're going to shoot the three. You know, you've got to defend the whole court. As soon as you come out on and defend the three, they're going to hit the back cuts, and very offensive, explosive team year in and year out, and this team is no different. Probably led mostly by Daniel Creech, an outstanding player, but also it's normally not a team that you can just hang their star player and try to stop them. They normally have a lot of weapons, and this team would be the same. Tri-Village, on the other hand, a little bit more disciplined, although they like to, Coach Faulkner has tried to get out of his more disciplined style and let this team get out and go a little bit. But I think that really he's going to probably go back to that more disciplined style against Twin Valley South. He's had a lot of success against Twin Valley South by just kind of hanging around and hoping that it's not a night that they're burying all their threes and trying to let them shoot the three with and only get one shot. And I'm sure that's what they're talking about going into this game is one bad shot, rebound, and take care of the ball. And that's been kind of the formula I've seen over the last few years watching these two teams play.
Well, I go back to the 1978-79 basketball season, where it came down to this game as well. Tri-Village, Twin Valley South came down to the last game of the year for the league championship.
Well, I remember the graduating class of 1981 won Tri-Village won a CCC conference title down in the old barn that South used to play in, and that was an exciting night as well. So the history's there, and I'm sure this will be another outstanding basketball game.
Well, we are just moments away from the introductions of the starting lineups. We'll be back here in West Alexandria, Twin Valley South High School in just a moment. This event brought to you by the Made Right Sandwich Shop at 125 North Broadway in Greenville. The Ansonia Lumber Company, 300 South Main Street in Ansonia. Greenville National Bank in Greenville, Ansonia, Gettysburg, Arcanum, and Bradford. Cox Insurance Agency, RB Cox Agency in Ansonia, Vinoy Cox Insurance Agency in Greenville. Homestretch Sportswear in St. Henry and Wapakoneta. By Montage Cafe on South Broadway in Greenville. Oliver Funeral Home, Greenville's only locally owned funeral home. McCabe Painting Incorporated, professional service with guaranteed satisfaction. By Osgood State Bank, with locations in Osgood, Fort Laramie, Chickasaw, and Lakeview. Family Health of Darke County, located in Greenville, Versailles, Arcanum, and New Madison. By State Farm Insurance, your local agent Jim Gable, East Main Street in Greenville. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us. And we welcome you back here to West Alexandria, Twin Valley South High School. I want to thank the athletic directors up front, Dan Bassler here at Twin Valley South and Jim Maples at Tri-Village, for allowing us to bring you tonight's ball game. And let's give the starting lineups. First off, for Lee Faulkner's Tri-Village Patriots, number 11, 6'3" senior Zach Hoisington. Kyler Burns, a 5'9" junior wearing number 24. Brett Dill, number 25, a 5'11 senior. Tommy Renfro, number 32, a 6'2 senior. And Aaron Holmes, number 40, is a 6'5 senior. Tri-Village, of course, coached by longtime coach Lee Faulkner. For the host, Twin Valley South Panthers, number 12, Steve Bird, a 5'11 senior. David Marker, number 14, a 5'10 junior. Kyle Clevenger, a 6'1 senior, wearing 21. Shelby Emmerich, number 33, a 6-foot senior, and number 54, a 6'7 senior, Alex Rue. Twin Valley South, coached by Tony Augsburger. And you know, Tony, going back to the mid-90s, I can remember where it seemed like year in and year out, it was Ansonia Twin Valley South battling for the league championship.
Very good players. You can remember the names still, the Hemmerichs and the Voorheeses and the Frank Napiers, and now assistant coach here. Some excellent basketball players. Yes.
Well, we are just moments away from the opening tip-off. It'll be Rue jumping against Holmes. Tri-Village 13-6. They are 8-2 in the cross-county conference. Twin Valley South 9-1 in the CCC. 17-1 overall. Roger Paramore, the lead official, tosses the ball up. We'll get to the other two officials in a moment. And Twin Valley South with possession, as that is David Marker. Marker with it out top. Left side it goes to Bird. Bird back to Marker. Marker takes it right side. Number 33, Shelby Emmerich. High post, number 21, as Rue takes it inside. Count the basket.
Well, both teams starting 4 seniors tonight. A senior night here at Twin Valley South, and Coach Lee Faulkner responding, starting all 4 of his seniors as well. And at this point, we see some of the leading scorers, leading rebounders in the conference on the bench.
Rue could not get that free throw to drop, and Aaron Holmes grabs the rebound for Tri-Village. Burns will work it into the front court for the Patriots, down 2-0. Left side it goes Renfro, high post Holmes to Hoisington. Back to Renfro, Burns with it out top, left side Renfro. Dill, low post it goes, Hoisington out to Burns. Inside, they try to get it to Holmes, but Zach Hoisington, Johnny on the spot.
Johnny on the spot is right.
Hoisington with a chance to put Tri-Village up. Right now it's tied at 2, 7:15 remaining. Roger Paramore, our lead official out of the Miami Valley Association. Also officiating tonight, Mike DeGeorge out of the Miami Valley Association. Hoisington can't get the free throw to drop, and John Adams out of the Middletown Association.
Well, Tri-Village showing man-to-man early.
Marker goes low post, the turnaround jumper by Clevenger, rolls around, does not go. Rebound is to Bird on the floor, and he's going to be called for traveling. As
a good hustle by Steve Bird, but rolled with the basketball, and that's a traveling call.
6:56 remaining as Burns will work it across midcourt for the Patriots, knotted up at 2 apiece. South in a man-to-man as well. Burns gives it to Hoisington on the far side. Burns dishes it off to Renfro. Back to Burns. Well, they try to go high post to Holmes, but it slips through his hands as Rue comes up with it. Quickly, down court, is with it is Emmerich. Emmerich, the runner in the lane, gets it to drop. And the Panthers up 4-2. Burns. Guarded by Marker. That's Renfro, low post. Holmes tries to go inside, but dishes it back out to Renfro. Renfro to Dill, sets up the offense. Burns now on the left side. Hoisington, the baseline jumper is good.
Zach Hoisington responding well to Twin Valley South going to zone, found the open spot on the baseline.
Knotted up at 4 apiece. Mark Bixler with you, Tony Thomas, glad to be with you here on Greenville Public Access Television. Rue inside, goes up with it, and he is fouled, and I believe it's going to be Renfro.
I believe you're right.
Patriots foul number 32, Tommy Renfro is first, team second.
Yeah, we have 2 cross-county conference first-team players not on the floor yet. Daniel Creech and Corey J. Not very often, you know, the cross-county conference team before the season's over.
Would be a 6-man?
Yeah, they'd be 6 men this year, I guess.
Both free throws made by Rue, and South up by a deuce right now at 6-4. Renfro, low post, Holmes tries to go baseline, cut off. Renfro pumps for 3, got it.
Big basket, Tommy Renfro. He finds a 3-point stroke.
And that gives Tri-Village a 1-point lead at 7-6. We approach the 5-minute mark here in this opening quarter of play. Emery. Out top it goes.
Both teams switching up defenses.
Marker sets the offense up. We'll bring it out near midcourt. Well, at the time of this taping, this facility is going to be very busy on Saturday. Dishes it off inside, and it's out of bounds. It's going to be Tri-Village basketball. 2 girls sectional championship games here at the time of this taping on Saturday. And 3 boys first round sectional games have been moved here from the University of Dayton Arena due to UD Arena not being able to hold the Division IV sectionals first round games.
Question to you, Mark. Advantage Tri-Village in the first round of the tournament, playing Frank Monroe on the same floor they just played earlier in the week. Frank Monroe and Tri-Village will square off in first round of sectionals as Aaron Holmes catches it in the middle and scores a deuce.
Tri-Village up by 3 right now, 9-6 as we approach the 4-minute mark. We're at 4:15 right now. Marker gives it to Bird. Bird inside the arc. He's
flattened, I guess is the best way to call it.
I was trying to think of a verb that would work, but flattened may be the best one.
Number 25, Brent Hill, into the game for the Panthers, number 23.
Taken out might be another one. Body check.
Well, Cardinal sin in basketball is never foul the jump shooter. Well, I guess if you're going to foul him, you at least don't give him a chance to make it, was Brett's philosophy on that one.
But it's ruled he was on the floor. It was after he came back down after the shot. Marker with it out top. Gives it off to Bird, and he cannot quite reel it in, and it's off of Twin Valley South. Tri-Village will have possession with 3:52 remaining. They are up by 3 right now over the Panthers at 9-6. Well, I saw a few people from National Trail here. You know they're rooting for Tri-Village.
Well, Coach Fitzhands for Frank and Rose.
Three-pointer. Kyler Burns with the three-pointer, and Tri-Village has doubled it up on South at 12-6, and Burns, on the other hand, is guilty of the foul.
That's 2 on Kyler Burns.
Well, I haven't seen Mike Harrison here. I'm sure he's probably here.
I would guess the National Trail head coach is here somewhere.
I have seen Mike Fitzhands, though, the coach at FM.
I don't know that Mike would be out scouting anywhere on a Wednesday night. But
no, I did see Mike Fitzhands, so he's here probably double duty, taking another look at Tri-Village. Not that he needs to, but
they know each other well by this point.
But every time you see somebody play, you might see something a little different.
Pick up a new wrinkle. And boy, Frank Monroe's playing well right now.
And a big double overtime win over St. Henry earlier in the year as Dill gets it inside. And Tri-Village is leading this by 8, 14-6.
Tri-Village found a weak spot there in the middle of that zone and get some open shots.
That does not go as Spitler couldn't get it to drop. And the Patriots with 2:45 remaining, a chance to make this a double-digit lead. Holmes off the glass, couldn't get it to drop, and the Panthers get the rebound quickly. It goes down to Bird. Bird takes it in, dribbled it off his foot, got it back and dished it off to Daniel Creech.
Daniel Creech did a nice job of running the floor and get an easy basket.
That makes it a 6-point ball game. Holmes got a good look the last trip down for Tri-Village, just couldn't get it to drop. Loose ball, and it is Spittler that comes away with it. Three-pointer does not go by Spittler.
One freshman's not afraid to get the ball in the air. Now you'll see a lot of action out of that young man.
Tri-Village with it is Renfro on the near side. Spittler baseline jumper, in and out. Loose ball, Renfro stepped on the line, and it will be Twin Valley South ball.
Number 21, number 50.
A minute 46 remains. Tri-Village leading it by 6. I was just thinking with Roger Paramore here, I'm not familiar with the other two officials, Mike DeGeorge and John Adams, but I know Roger has done some Mid-American Conference games and I believe some Horizon League games as well. As that three-pointer is good, Spittler. And just like that, an 8-point lead is down to 3.
Well, Roger Paramore is very well respected around. And, we've seen him earlier in the year at the Franklin Minot tournament.
Hoisington came up with that loose ball. Tri-Village with it. Hoisington on the baseline. Gives it up to Emmerich, and the block, count the basket.
Derek Airy just into the ball game. Again, gets to the middle of that zone and is able to get the ball up and possible three-point play.
Well, an old-fashioned three-point play if he can get it to go. Free throw on the way, he's done it. The old-fashioned three-point play, he earned it. And trust me, that way you do earn it.
You do earn it. Well, Tri-Village switches defense again because they're 1-3-1.
Loose ball, and it's off of Twin Valley South.
Tri-Village with a chance to get 20 in the first quarter, and that's offensive explosion.
Dill to Renfro. Low post, it goes to Jay. Jay tried to chase it down, but couldn't. And a missed opportunity for the Patriots. Spittler loses it, and it's going to be picked up by South.
Well, we mentioned Chad Voorhees at the beginning of the broadcast as one of the legendary names, but this young man, this Dale Spittler, we've seen early in the ball game, is being compared to him as far as a ball handler.
Preach gives it off to Marker. Marker out top as Tri-Village applying some pressure. Man to man. They're not going to give him too much of a good look. Spittler with a decent look. It was an air ball, but South comes up with it. The three-pointer at the buzzer skips across the rim. And we've completed 8 minutes here. After 1 quarter of play, it is Tri-Village 17, Twin Valley South 11. This event brought to you by the Made Right Sandwich Shop at 125 North Broadway in Greenville. The Ansonia Lumber Company, 300 South Main Street in Ansonia. Greenville National Bank in Greenville, Ansonia, Gettysburg, Arcanum, and Bradford. Cox Insurance Agency, RB Cox Agency in Ansonia, Vinoy Cox Insurance Agency in Greenville. Homestretch Sportswear in St. Henry and Wapakoneta. By Montage Cafe on South Broadway in Greenville. Oliver Funeral Home, Greenville's only locally owned funeral home. McCabe Painting Incorporated, professional service with guaranteed satisfaction. By Osgood State Bank, with locations in Osgood, Fort Laramie, Chickasaw, and Lakeview. Family Health of Darke County, located in Greenville, Versailles, Arcanum, and New Madison. By State Farm Insurance, your local agent Jim Gable, East Main Street in Greenville. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us. Welcome back to West Alexandria. Twin Valley South High School, 17-11 Tri-Village leading Twin Valley South, and the Patriots with possession as we start this second quarter. Renfro takes the inbounds pass as he'll get it into the front court for the Patriots. They lead it by 6, trying to add to this. Jay back out to Renfro. To Jay on the floor. To Renfro, or rather, Airy. Renfro with the rebound, goes back up with it and gets it to drop. Back to an 8-point lead at 19-11, 7.5 minutes remaining. Second quarter, Mark Bixler, Tony Thomas. Baseline jumper by Creech is good.
Very effective when he catches the ball that low. Daniel Creech, nice play.
Dill at the free throw line, gives it to Airy. Renfro in the middle, off to Corey J, and a whistle and a foul. It'll be a common foul.
Twin Valley South foul number 32, Dale Whitler, his first, team's third.
Hoisington triggering it in, gives it to Dill. Dill at the elbow and has it stripped away. Jay comes up with the steal. Dill. Well, they try to go inside, and Breach is going to be whistled for putting his hand on the back.
Hey, Corey J coming in making a real impact, even though he's not scoring points, but just attracting a lot of attention. And picking the ball off, not what you expect out of the big man.
6:58 remains, a 6-point lead, 19-13. Dill pumps it up for 3, skips across the rim, won't go, as the rebound is to Kyle Clevenger. Now Hoisington and Clevenger is going to be talked to by Roger Paramore.
Yeah, they've been battling down there, and Rogers wants to make sure we have a good, clean ball game where both of them stay in the game and enjoy this contest.
Well, I respect an official when an official does that. They know the importance of this ball game.
And Tony Osborne recognizes the importance of Daniel Creech and gets him out where they can talk to him real quickly and get him settled down. Or Kyle Clevenger, I'm sorry.
Creech with it on the near side. Creech. And that is tipped, and it is going to be out of bounds. It's going to remain with South. We have a young man that is not listed, and I'm assuming it's going to be Jared King. We're just going to have to, I'm going to have to listen just to double check.
Well, he played well in the JV game and getting rewarded with some varsity play time here in what could amount to the conference championship game.
Dill gives it off to Hoisington. Jay, nothing there at the free throw line. Renfro fires from 3, got it.
The young man we really see mature in the second half of his senior year. Has had some big games for the Patriots in the last half.
Biggest lead of the night for the Patriots at 9, 22-13. 5:43 remains here in this second quarter of play. Creech open for 3, lets it fly, rattles around, does not go as Jay grabs the rebound for the Patriots. Hoisington will work it across midcourt for Tri-Village. Dill, top of the key. Jay. Renfro inside the arc, gets it to drop, and Tony Augsburger says we want to talk things over, and it's going to be a full timeout. 24-13, Tri-Village by 11.
You got to talk Tommy Renfro. He had a pair of 3s and a pair of field goals and really find spots in that zone where he can score. And I know Tony Osborne is now talking about, hey, let's guard everybody, folks. We can't just look at Brett Dill and Corey J and some of the leading scorers. We got to find them all.
Well, that's Tri-Village to a certain extent reminds me kind of Versailles. Although with the Shardo boy going out with the elbow injury, falling on it up at Rockford at Parkway, but from people I've talked to, he should be back by the time the tournament rolls around. But you know,
that's a tough team to defend when you have that many scorers, and Tri-Village is similar to that, meaning that you might key on a key scorer, but there's some other guys could jump up and get you, like a Hoisington or a Renfro on any given night.
I mean, you have Dill, Renfro, Jay, Hoisington, and for that matter, Holmes, that can have big nights.
That's right. You have your all-conference players and Dill and Corey Jay, but there's some other guys that can hurt you as well.
Creech inside, the half hook does not go, tapped out. Tri-Village unable to get the offense or the defensive rebound. South getting the offensive rebound, and the Panthers reset the offense. Well, they go low post to Creech, and Dill is going to be whistled for a foul.
Yeah, that's 2 on Brett Dill. That means both guards for Tri-Village now have picked up 2 fouls in the first half. Coach Faulkner really would prefer not to play anyone with 2 fouls, but with both guards, it's going to make a tough decision for him, and it looks like he's going to stick with Brett, the senior.
It's tough when you only have 8 players, 3 on the bench.
Yeah, and I'm pretty certain that one of those players played 4 quarters of the JV, so he's really only available for 1 quarter. Players can play 5 quarters a night.
And you'd prefer to save them for the, he made the first. So it's a 10-point ball game. Creech at the free throw line. The second one does not go. Rue with the offensive rebound and off the glass for 2. So a backwards 3-point play for South. And the lead is 8. Near steal. In fact, marker. Tony Oxberger said Tony did not like the call. He thought he was dribbling it as he got up, but the official didn't think so.
Not right on that, but nevertheless, call is made and they're going to go forward.
Well, the guy in the black and white stripes is, it's his opinion that matters. Dill off the glass for 2.
Nice play.
Well, they get it inbounds to Spittler. 4 minutes remaining, a 10-point lead here for Tri-Village, 26-16. If the Patriots win, it's a 4-way tie for the championship in the cross-county conference. If South wins, they win the conference outright. Spittler for 3, does not get it to go. It's tapped up. I'm not sure who tapped it, but it skips across the rim, does not go. Dill gives it out to Renfro, to Hoisington. Jay with it. Dill thought about the 3, but held up. Jay skips across his fingers and goes out and chases it down. Airy to Renfro. Drives into the lane. The runner, it rims out, does not go. Creech grabs the rebound, and he is fouled. Let's check and see. I think it's going to be on Renfro.
That's 2 on Tommy Renfro as well.
Patriots foul on number 32, Tommy Renfro, in the second.
That is number 2, as Kyler Burns will check back in.
Aaron Holmes also checks back into the ball game.
Not a bad substitution. Give Dill a little rest. He has 2 fouls. I know Burns does too, but
should have fresh legs and less likely to pick up the tired foul.
Spittler guarded by Airy. Drives down the lane, goes up with it, off the glass for 2. And it's back to a single-digit margin at 8, 26-18. Burns beats the pressure. Hoisington on the far side. I feel like we're at kind of at Cameron Indoor Stadium, as Jay could not get that one to drop, but he's fouled. Rue picking up foul number 2 for the Panthers. You know, Tri-Village were high above the the gym, but even more so here.
Well, this is a large facility here, and you do feel like you're way up here, but it's a nice view and a nice area to work in up here. Lots of room and nice table to work from.
Second free throw is good, making it a 9-point ball game at 27-18. We'll give you a little glimpse of this facility here at halftime. Lob goes inside. They try to get it to Preach, but Hoisington.
Excellent fronting the post play by Zach Hoisington.
Airy to Burns, fires the three, does not go. Jay grabbing for the rebound, and let's check and see. I think it's going to be on South, as Jay had pretty good position. Just a 16th foul, so a common foul. There's just a couple things that I would have done a little different here with this facility. One is build a back entrance, a foul away from the ball, and I think this one's going to be on Tri-Village. Corey J with an illegal pick, or a screen, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to walk the length of the court. But on the back side of the court, just on the other side of the basketball facility, there's a hallway, and they could have built an alternating stairwell to come up to this facility, and they wouldn't have the ladder to come up here.
Would have made it a lot easier to get up here. Those are the things you don't always think about when you process a building.
The other one, I might have made it a little bit wider, taking it from basket to basket. Don't get me wrong, it's wide enough as it is. But if they're going to host tournaments and that type of thing here, they could have used it to be a little wider.
Yeah, some seating on the ends or something of that nature.
Off of Tri-Village, it's going to be Twin Valley South basketball. Tri-Village, Lee Faulkner electing to take a timeout as a once 11-point lead has dwindled down to 7.
Well, Twin Valley South has changed a lot of defenses down here. Didn't recognize it for a little while, but they were playing some junk defenses, what we call the triangle and two, and the box and ones and so forth. And I think it's really starting to affect Tri-Village. They're not getting some of the easy baskets they were getting earlier. And down here on the other end, Twin Valley South, for them, have really been patient. You don't see the quick shot like you've seen sometimes. They've really been working the ball. As a matter of fact, Preach, I thought, was wide open for a few threes, and they were playing a lot more patient than I think maybe Tri-Village expected them to.
27-20, 2:12 remains here in this second quarter of play. Mark Bixler being joined by Tony Thomas as Daniel Preach, the lob on the inbounds pass, and suddenly it's a 5-point game, and South applying that full court pressure, and that has rattled Tri-Village to a certain extent, although the Patriots beat it that time.
Coach Osborne is known for that press, but he doesn't do it the whole 48 minutes. He comes and goes with it, and that's what makes it difficult.
Jay gets free inside, gets the basket, and it's back to a 7-point ball game.
That's Corey Jay's first field goal here in the first half.
Marker with it out top. Brings it left side. Betzner gives it off to Bird. Marker will set the offense up as Kyler Burns guarding him as we are under 1:15.
Very patient as they get into this 1-4 set.
70 seconds remain here in this second quarter of play. That does not go. Jay with the rebound. And Burns will beat the pressure. It's deflected out of bounds off of Twin Valley South as Brett Dill checks in for Derek Airy.
See if Tri-Village elects to go for one shot, or if they just run their offense and play whatever was given to them.
59, well, under 59 seconds now. Hoisington To Jay. Looks inside, nothing there, and a whistle and a reach is going to be called on Preach. And that's a big foul because that's number 2.
That is big, and with the bonus, put Corey Jay on the free throw line.
Corey Jay at the free throw line with the 1 and 1, 46.3 seconds remaining. 29-22, Tri-Village leading this, does not go, it's tipped, and it's out of bounds. It's going to be Tri-Village basketball.
Nice break for Tri-Village. Steve Bird was hustled, but just unable to get the ball back in bounds.
Well, momentum is kind of in, I guess you would say, in limbo right now.
It is. It's kind of, you can't figure out who's in control of this game right now. And I think it's because we're in the middle of a real battle here.
Dill drives into the lane, jump stop, dishes it off to Hoisington, too strong. Holmes with the rebound.
Tyler Burns setting up for 3.
Burns cannot get it to go as with the rebound is Betzner. Marker will push it down court, and the shot does not go, and Holmes is whistled for the foul, and Tony, I've got to say, that may have been an ill-advised foul. I know what he was trying to do, but I don't think that shot was going to go.
No, I don't think so either. And Clevenger really had a hard time catching that ball because it was such a high pass, and if he would have made that, it would have been an outstanding shot. But on the other hand, I think Aaron Holmes is a little off balance himself.
Exactly. First free throw does not go as Clevenger can't get it to drop. He'll get the second. Second one goes, and it is now a 6-point ball game. Dill takes the inbounds pass, gets it off to Hoisington. 15 seconds remaining. Hoisington finally gets it across midcourt, dishes it off to Burns. Burns. 7 seconds. Dill drives into the lane, pulls up, and he is fouled.
Fouls have not been on the cheap variety so far tonight.
Now the question is he in the act of shooting or was he trying to pass? And they're going to say it's bone and one.
Coach Faulkner saying intentional foul. You get all kinds of interpretations.
I didn't think it was an intentional foul. My question was it going to be the 1 and 1 or the 2-shot foul?
Well, we've seen Brett play enough. We know that the ball was probably going up, but if you don't know how aggressive he can be in there, maybe
does
you don't
not go. And that's going to do it as that shot falls well short. We've completed 16 minutes.
It's living up to its billing.
Well, Lee Faulkner and Roger Paramore having a little discussion. I think Roger's trying to settle Lee down a little bit. But as I said, we've completed 2 quarters of play. After 16 minutes, it's Tri-Village 29, Twin Valley South 23. This event brought to you by the Made Right Sandwich Shop at 125 North Broadway in Greenville. The Ansonia Lumber Company, 300 South Main Street in Ansonia. Greenville National Bank in Greenville, Ansonia, Gettysburg, Arcanum, and Bradford. Cox Insurance Agency, R.B. Cox Agency in Ansonia, Vinoy Cox Insurance Agency in Greenville. Homestretch Sportswear in St. Henry and Wapakoneta. By Montage Cafe on South Broadway in Greenville. Oliver Funeral Home, Greenville's only locally owned funeral home. McCabe Painting Incorporated, professional service with guaranteed satisfaction. By Osgood State Bank, with locations in Osgood, Fort Laramie, Chickasaw, and Lakeview. Family Health of Darke County, located in Greenville, Versailles, Arcanum, and New Madison. By State Farm Insurance, your local agent Jim Gable, East Main Street in Greenville. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us. We are back here at West Alexandria, Twin Valley South High School, where the Tri-Village Patriots, the visitors from the from New Madison lead Twin Valley South 29-23 here at halftime. And Tony, let's quickly run down the unofficial statistics.
Well, for Tri-Village, Zach Hoisington with 4 points. Derek Airy with 3-point play and 3 points. Tyler Burns, 3. Brett Dill, 4. Aaron Holmes, 2. Corey J, 3. And leading the way for the Patriots in double figures in the first half, Tommy Renfro with 10 points. For Twin Valley South, Kyle Clevenger, 1 point. Dale Spittler, 5. Shelby Emmerich had 2. Alex Rue with 6. And leading the way, Daniel Creech with 9 points for Twin Valley South Panthers.
Well, if you're Twin Valley South, what are some things that you've got to do here in the second half to get back? Not that they're out of the ball game, only down by 6, but what are some things that you can do better here in the second half to maybe give yourself the lead?
I think they can go back to their style, and that's getting out, putting pressure on people the whole court. I think that's when Twin Valley South looked the best to me, was when they were in their full court press. Now, I know he's not doing that quite as much because he's been running a lot of triangle and 2 stuff, and it's hard to match up. Triangle and 2 just means half your people are in the zone, half of them are in the man-to-man. It's hard to get back into that if you're trying to put pressure all over the floor. So I think that's one reason you're not seeing South do that as much. But it looks like that's when they're playing their best, is get the game ugly and get the ball flying around. That's when Twin Valley South looks good to me. If
you're Tri-Village, what can you do to continue to maintain the lead?
Well, I think you look for that junk defense, because they were getting lots of easy points in the middle of that paint. And if they can continue to look for that, good scoring opportunities will happen. I think Tri-Village just has to play good, sound defense. Make sure that when they switch up their defenses, everybody knows what's going on, because it seems to be confusing Twin Valley South. They really have not gotten into the group. The whole Twin Valley South, the 23 points in the first half, is very, very good.
Well, we're going to keep it here through the first break, the first time out of the third quarter, or whenever that is. And then we'll take a break here from halftime, but Spittler fires the 3, and suddenly it's a 3-point ball game, 29-26.
There's the box and 1 we talked about. They're shadowing Dill. Tri-Village has to find people in the middle of that zone. There they found Corey J. Good defense by Rue, however.
Well, they're not booing, they're saying Rue.
This crowd is vocal tonight.
Spittler open for 3 again, cannot get it to go. Renfro taps it to Hoisington, and the Patriots will get it into the front court as Renfro dishes it off to Burns. Again, kind of a box and 1. Dill came up with it that time. Low post. Renfro's open, and he nails it. And
Tommy Renfro's making that defense not work real well. So he gets a 2 instead of 3.
And it's a 5-point lead at 31-26. I thought he was beyond the arc, but Roger Paramore was right there. That's a 3-point goal, and it's a 2-point ball game now.
Well, Steve Bird gets in the scoring column with that big 3. Coach Osbarger tries to get the crowd into it, stands up, claps his hands, and then they respond.
Now, that was a case that Steve Bird, I don't think he realized that he had lost Brett Dill, because if he had, he might have let it go out of bounds, because Dill wasn't going to come up with that. Jay passed just as Dill broke the other way.
Aaron Holmes comes back into the ball game. Corey J. Getting a little frustrated out there, and Coach Faulkner saw that and wanted to get him out, get him settled down a little bit.
Low post, Holmes gets it, and a reach-in foul is going to be called. Spittler wanted the travel, but I think the reach-in is what caused the travel.
That was a good call.
.6:11 remains, a 2-point ball game. 31-29. Dill fires, cannot get it to go. Spittler the rebound quickly. A 4-on-2. Spittler takes it all the way, can't get it. Rue the tap, cannot get it. Loose ball, and Hoisington comes up with it for Tri-Village. Quickly the other way, the numbers aren't there. And
good decision by Zach. He saw he didn't have the numbers.
Burns gives it off to Hoisington. Out top, Holmes, top of the key, Burns. Right side on the wing, 5.5 minutes to go. Dill gives it off to Renfro. Out top it goes to Burns. Dill in the lane, dishes it off to Holmes, the baseline jumper, rattles around, does not go. And the whistle and a foul.
It'll be caught on Zach Hoisington over the back. A little over aggressive.
And a timeout is taken. We'll take one as well. It's a 30-second timeout. 5:14 remains here in this third quarter. It's Tri-Village 31, Twin Valley South 29. This event brought to you by the Made Right Sandwich Shop at 125 North Broadway in Greenville. The Ansonia Lumber Company, 300 South Main Street in Ansonia. Greenville National Bank in Greenville, Ansonia, Gettysburg, Arcanum, and Bradford. Cox Insurance Agency, R.B. Cox Agency in Ansonia, Vinoy Cox Insurance Agency in Greenville. Homestretch Sportswear in St. Henry and Wapakoneta. By Montage Cafe on South Broadway in Greenville. Oliver Funeral Home, Greenville's only locally owned funeral home. McCabe Painting Incorporated, professional service with guaranteed satisfaction. By Osgood State Bank, with locations in Osgood, Fort Laramie, Chickasaw, and Lakeview. Family Health of Darke County, located in Greenville, Versailles, Arcanum, and New Madison. By State Farm Insurance, your local agent Jim Gable, East Main Street in Greenville. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us. Back at Twin Valley South High School, Panthers with possession, a chance to tie it or take the lead. Baseline jumper does not go. Rue with the rebound, goes back up with it, and we're knotted up at 31.
Alex Rue playing an excellent ball game for the Twin Valley South Panthers tonight.
Right side, Renfro.
The Panther fans are on their feet as we have a tie ball game.
Hoisington couldn't get it. Holmes, the turnaround jumper, and gets it to drop.
Aaron Holmes showing a little tenacity.
33-31. Spittler goes inside, low post through, but it's deflected out of bounds.
Very good team defense. Tommy Renfro came from the backside to help Aaron Holmes, who had fronted the post, making that a very difficult pass.
Corey J back in, replacing Holmes. Marker sets up the offense on the wing, pulls up the jumper, does not go. The rebound is to Renfro. Burns into the front court. Patriots leading it by 2. They led it by 6 at the break. In fact, they led it by 6 at the first break. Renfro cannot get it. Jay with the offensive rebound. Rue picks up the foul, and I believe that's number 3.
That's 3 on Alex Rue, and really Twin Valley South gets pretty small when Alex Rue is not on the floor.
And a timeout is taken by Tony Augsburger. Well, you lose that 6'7" size.
All of a sudden you're talking Daniel Creech is more of a swing player at 6'4", and then after that most of your players are right at 6 foot. And Tri-Village can come at you with your little size when they have Hoisington and Jay and Holmes all on the floor at the same time.
Well, Creech this is the first time I've had a chance to see Twin Valley South. He's kind of like a slasher type of a player.
At 6'4", he can do a lot of things.
Right, he plays more with looking at the basket instead of with his back to the basket.
Well, watch him in warm-ups. He just doesn't miss too much from that three-point line. Now, he hasn't shot the ball as well in the ball game from out there so far, but he can shoot the ball.
He kind of reminds me of a young man playing at Bowling Green right now, Corey Ryan, that went to Northeastern.
Yeah, we remember him well. We squared off against him at Tri-Village.
That's Northeastern in Wayne County, Indiana. Fountain City. That free throw doesn't go by Jay. I thought I better clarify myself because there is a Northeastern over by Springfield. That free throw goes, and Tri-Village leading it by a tray right now, 34-31. Marker across midcourt for South.
Marker yet to score in this game, but really offers a lot for Twin Valley South. You can see he's an excellent ball handler. Makes it very difficult to press this team.
Bird for three. Opportunity to tie it. Does not get it to go. Rue has it. Had the rebound, but had it deflected out by Jay.
Tyler Burns might have got away with a little push there, but nevertheless wasn't called.
Inbounds pass to Bird. Spittler had a couple three-pointers here. Preach. Fadeaway jumper, skips across the rim. Bird and Rue battling for it. Loose ball, still on the floor. And we're going to have a jump ball, and it's going to go to Tri-Village. The alternating possession.
Right there is why both these teams are playing for a championship. They're both playing hard, good, clean basketball. Ball was on the floor. Everybody was getting after it.
34-31. Tri-Village leading it by 3. It was tied at 31. Tri-Village right now on a 3-0 run. Baseline, low post it goes. Renfro to Hoisington, has it blocked. And Renfro picks up a foul. And am I right, is that number 3? Or
that is 3 on Tommy Renfro.
That's a case where, and how many times do you see that, where a player tries to force it inside, doesn't get through, and then they try to go to atone themselves.
A little frustration foul, we call those. Fortunately for Coach Faulkner, he does have a little more depth at that position if he does want to bring Aaron Holmes or Derek Carey in there.
Actually, it would give him a little more size, too.
Tommy's played very well tonight. I know they want to keep him in the ball game.
Marker to Rue, has it tipped out of bounds, and it's going to be South basketball. 2:44 remains here in this third quarter of play. A 34-31 lead for Tri-Village. The Patriots leading the Panthers here. Bird goes low post. And what do we have? Apparently kicking the ball.
I didn't see a foul. I was wondering what they called. I didn't see that.
I think he got it with his leg, with his hip. Well, his thigh. That may be a better way to phrase it. Derek Carey getting ready to check in for the Patriots. As Bird brings it out near midcourt to set the offense up for Twin Valley South. High post, Creech actually at the free throw line. They go inside to Rue, and Jay is going to be whistled for a foul. That's a good matchup.
That's been a nice matchup. You have a senior against the sophomore, and really, Corey's had his hands full tonight with this Alex Rue.
That's just foul number 2 against Jay, but Rue a 6'7" senior, as you mentioned, and Jay a 6'6" sophomore. Preach the hook, spins out, does not go. Jay with the rebound. Burns looks to drive off to Airy. Low post Hoisington, out to Dill. Dill skip pass to Burns. Airy with it. High post at the free throw line. Hoisington. That is Burns. Low post it goes to Jay. Has it blocked. Loose ball. It's South that comes away with it. Rue getting the better of Jay that time. Reach, fires, left it short.
It'll be interesting to see if Corey Jay starts to recognize the double team. He had Zach Hoisington wide open, but elected to take the shot last time.
We approach the 1 minute mark. We're at a minute 15 here in this third quarter. Tri-Village still leading it by 3. Tell you what, a 3 here would be huge. Burns lets it fly, does not go. Tried to get his own rebound, but Bird came up with it. Quickly, Spittler has it swiped.
Good by Kyler.
Burns takes it in off the glass for 2.
Well, Kyler used his body well. Obviously, Marker thought it was a push-off. How do you make that call in 2003 when that's a part of basketball? I don't know.
Well, we are under 35 seconds, 36-31. Bird. Open for three, does not go. Marker with the rebound. And it's
Marker gets on the board.
Back to a three-point game.
20 seconds left in the third quarter, and we called it a battle before it started, and it's lived up to that.
Airy. Back to Burns. To Dill. High post Jay. Skips across the rim, does not go. Creech with the rebound quickly as Burns couldn't quite come up with it. That shot by Marker does not go. We've completed three quarters and South has narrowed the gap a bit. After 24 minutes, it's Tri-Village 36, Twin Valley South 33.
This event brought to you by the Made Right Sandwich Shop at 125 North Broadway in Greenville. The Ansonia Lumber Company, 300 South Main Street in Ansonia. Greenville National Bank in Greenville, Ansonia, Gettysburg, Arcanum, and Bradford. Cox Insurance Agency, RB Cox Agency in Ansonia, Vinoy Cox Insurance Agency in Greenville. Homestretch Sportswear in St. Henry and Wapakoneta. By Montage Cafe on South Broadway in Greenville. Oliver Funeral Home, Greenville's only locally owned funeral home. McCabe Painting Incorporated, professional service with guaranteed satisfaction. By Osgood State Bank, with locations in Osgood, Fort Laramie, Chickasaw, and Lakeview. Family Health of Darke County, located in Greenville, Versailles, Arcanum, and New Madison. By State Farm Insurance, your local agent Jim Gable, East Main Street in Greenville. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
We are back at Twin Valley South. Mark Bixler, Tony Thomas. Tri-Village leading by 3 over Twin Valley South, 36-33. And final quarter of play, Tony.
That's settled into a defensive struggle. Tri-Village held Twin Valley South to 10 points in that quarter, but lost ground.
Rue with it inside. The turnaround jumper cannot get it to go, but a whistle and a foul, and I believe it's going to be on Dill.
Tri-Village foul number 25, Brett Dill. That's his third.
Did a nice job that time playing all 8 minutes, not getting a foul until picking up his third. After picking up 2 in the first half, as Rue's first free throw does not go.
They expect senior point guards to know how to play with fouls, but Brett did it. He went out and didn't pick up that third one until fourth quarter.
Second free throw is good. It's a 2-point ball game suddenly. 36-34.
Well, let's give Twin Valley South credit. Their defense has Tri-Village confused, and it's still the box and one, but they've taken away the middle a little bit more. And they keep changing men on Brett Dill, and for him to catch the ball, he's just really having to work.
Hoisington gives it to Holmes. Renfro to Burns. Renfro open for the 3. Got it. Back to a 5-point ball game, 39-34. And I tell you what, if Renfro or Burns can start lighting it up from 3 for Tri-Village, Augsburger's Tony's going to have to come out of that box and one.
Well, there's always somebody open in that. You know that. It's just a matter of finding that open spot in the zone and making that zone work.
Renfro gives the ball to Holmes, to Burns. He's open from the left side, banks it through.
Got a double bank on that one. And it's not even the home gym.
41-34, and Tony Augsburger wants to take a timeout. He's watched a 2-point ball game expand to 7. A 3-pointer by Tommy Renfro, and then Kyler Burns with a 2-pointer, giving Tri-Village the 5-0 run here.
It'll be interesting to see what Tony does. He'll run some sort of set play. A lot of coaches coming out of a timeout will go to zone to take away that type of matchup that takes away that the advantage you get from a timeout. We'll see what Lee Faulkner does. They stay in the man or does he go to zone? But boy, what a battle. And right now, the difference in the ball game is Tri-Village find the open man and the open man hitting the shot.
Well, this is for the Cross-County Conference Championship. South playing for the outright championship. Tri-Village playing for a share. Creech cannot get it to go. Holmes the rebound. And when I say a share, I mean a share. They'll be helping National Trail and Franklin Monroe.
What will happen? Will those schools go to their gyms and cut down the nets tonight? How's that work? Tyler Burns.
Three-pointer. And it's a 10-point lead for the Patriots. Marker goes to Creech inside the hook, and it rattles around, does not go. Spittler grabs the rebound. And it's deflected out of bounds off of South.
That was just excellent team defense by Tri-Village. As Creech caught the ball, it forced a very difficult shot. Has found 5 red jerseys around him. Now the difficulty is the rebound out of that. Twin Valley South did get the rebound, but unable to convert. And Tony takes another timeout, trying to regroup.
And he's taking a full timeout this time. With 5.5 minutes remaining, it's a 10-point lead. Tony, you know, 5.5 minutes, that's a long time to play, but to battle back from 10 points down, psychologically, the double-digit lead.
Well, in a low-scoring game, too. If it's 64-74, for some reason it seems different than when it's 34-44. And both of these teams, you just have to hand it to the defensive execution. They have really come out and followed the coach's game plan. Like I said, the difference in this quarter so far has been that Tri-Village has found the open shots, and they've made them. Twin Valley South has had some shots, but they've been more difficult shots, and those are the ones that normally don't fall.
Not only have they found the open shot, they've been patient enough to look for the open shot.
This is an excellent game plan designed by both coaches. Fortunately for Coach Lee Faulkner, his team's hitting the shots right now, and he'll tell you that after every game. We hit the shots, or we didn't hit the shot.
Tri-Village with possession as Dill takes the inbounds pass. The full court pressure applied by South. Clear out as Burns gets it across midcourt. Renfro, the lob to Holmes, open, too strong, and it's South Spittler that comes away with it.
I looked a little surprised at how wide open he was.
I think you're exactly right.
Marker for a 3, in and out.
Got his own rebound off the glass. He can't get it. I think there's a lid on that basket.
Well, I think Marker would agree with you. Each possession becomes more and more important.
Underneath, Hoisington puts it in for 2.
And it's a 12-point game.
The lead is 12, 46-34. Betzner with the basket. 46-36, the breakaway. 3-on-2, Burns puts it up, cannot get it. Spittler grabs the rebound, and here comes the
numbers.
Panthers.
The 4-on-2, but the left to hold it up.
Tri-Village fans wanting traveling, but actually Marker did a nice job that time of coming down and letting the ball bounce and then going after it. Renfro, as we approach the 4-minute mark, a 10-point lead for Tri-Village. Holmes gives it to Renfro, guarded by Creech. Hoisington.
Should have mentioned coming out last time out that Twin Valley South decided to go straight man-to-man. They're no longer in the box anymore.
Renfro. He'll bring it back out. Dill cutting down the lane, left it short. Betzner with the rebound, and a foul is going to be called on Dill, and I believe that's number 4.
And that was not a smart foul.
A 30-second timeout is taken by Tri-Village, and I think Lee Faulkner in this timeout is probably talking about we've got a 10-point lead, let's play smart basketball.
Well, the one person that Tri-Village can ill afford to lose at this point is Brett Dill, and he has 4 fouls. And the reason I say that is Twin Valley South is known for their full-court pressure. And the one person that could probably be a zone, a press breaker for Tri-Village is Brett Dill. Brett Dill's not on the floor. They've shown some problems handling the press. And so I know that that's one thing that Coach Faulkner's talking about. Don't probably want to play a zone against South since they like to play the 3, or they like to shoot the 3, but it may be something they're thinking about just to protect Brett coming down the stretch. And you might be able to get away with it late in the game when you get under 2 minutes, just because it's something different for a couple possessions. So it'll be interesting what kind of decisions are made coming down the stretch. But 10-point lead, but Twin Valley South still right there, especially with Brett Dill with 4 fouls.
That timeout ended up being a full timeout instead of a 30-second timeout.
Well, Coach Lee Faulkner can use that full timeout to his advantage because, as you mentioned earlier, he does not play that many players. He plays 7 guys, and tonight, by not starting Corey J., actually some of these guys have been on the floor more than normal.
Creech will trigger it in for South as they are down by the 10 points with 3:45 remaining. And I think Coach Augsburger wanted to get his team settled down as well because they were kind of throwing up some shots that I'm sure he wasn't real thrilled about. Bird, and we have a jump ball. Check that. The officials getting together, one calling a jump ball, the other calling a foul, and it's going to be a jump ball.
Possession arrow, Tri-Village.
Now Lee Faulkner wanting an explanation. Usually the foul takes precedent over the jump ball, but in that case, not.
One official thought he had a better view. As everything you can say to that one is you're right. The Tri-Village runs what's called a flex offense, and it is a very patient offense, and it's a nice offense to run when you have the lead.
Renfro gives it off to Hoisington. Underneath, Dill gives it back out to Burns, and he'll bring it back out.
Good play.
Tri-Village, Lee Faulkner electing to take another timeout. It's going to be a full timeout as well, and we are under 3 minutes, Tony, and a 10-point lead. That just makes, as you pointed out, each possession becomes even more critical for Twin Valley South.
Well, a no scorers advantage Tri-Village either way right now because it's possessions time. And right now, Tri-Village looks as if they're willing to take time off the clock. Now, we've seen a lot of Tri-Village games this year. We haven't seen an out-and-out stall that they run. Normally, they stay in their offense and continue to run, come off their screens, look to score, but very, very patient. That's very frustrating for Twin Valley South right now, because it's like playing the old Covington when they ran the same style play. A 10-point lead was like a 25-point lead.
And you know, you mentioned the flex offense. You know, that type of an offense, there's no need to really run a delay because you can run time off the clock in that offense. Well, the Patriots will trigger it in front of their own bench with 2:58 remaining and leading it by 10.
At what point does does Twin Valley South look to foul? That's the other question.
That's true too. They get a steal. Marker open, drives the lane, gets it to drop. It's an 8-point ball game, 46-38. And the full court pressure slapped on by Twin Valley South. Hoisington, they've got to get it across. They do. Burns, he'll bring it back out. Renfro with it on the far side. Underneath it goes to Holmes. Brings it back out to Burns, cannot get it to go. The rebound to Twin Valley South. Underneath Creech, puts it up. Hoisington picks up the foul.
Yeah, Tony Augsburg is thinking how many times this year that would have been a 3-point play, just because that's Daniel Creech's bread and butter right there, is getting contact and going up and hitting the field goal. But it doesn't happen this time. He does have a chance to still get 2 points.
46-38, a chance as he makes it a 7-point ball game. Now an opportunity to make it 6 as Corey J checks in for Aaron Holmes. Reach, the free throw is good. It's a 6-point ball game.
Good substitution by Coach Osborne. Gives him a chance to get into his press. Stops the play. More athleticism as he takes the big fella out. Rue.
Hoisington triggers it in the corner. Dill into the front court.
Nice press breaker by Tri-Village. Twin Valley South still keeps relentless pressure on.
Whistle on a foul as that is only the 3rd team foul against South. That could come back to haunt them.
They could. They certainly are going to play very aggressive. We saw trapping, and I think they're going to trap the ball a lot, thinking we'll get the foul. If we don't, if we get called for foul, it doesn't really hurt. Expect to see a lot of that. There comes another one.
Jay.
Almost traveled.
Loose ball. Renfro the reverse. Got it to go. That is a huge basket. And whistle and traveling is going to be called on Shelby Emmerich. Corey J on the other end on the last possession by Tri-Village had the ball deflected. And boy, you talk about being in the right place at the right time, Tommy Renfro.
Tommy Renfro has played an outstanding game, and that was just another Johnny on the spot type play.
Hoisington and the whistle and the foul.
Interesting to see what the call is. I think it'll be a foul. It was.
You know, one thing with only having 2 fouls, now with 4, but still under the bonus situation is you can really trap
you can
hard.
Really play aggressive.
Hoisington triggers it into Dill. 1:40 remaining. 48-40. Hoisington gives the ball to Dill.
Surprise Twin Valley South is not trapping here. Here it comes.
Dill over to Hoisington.
Good ball movement by Tri-Village, making it tough to foul. They're fouling his foul.
And Creech picking up that foul, just the 5th. So still a common foul with 1:21 remaining.
And the clock keeps ticking, which is Tri-Village's advantage.
And especially with the 8-point lead.
Yes.
Holmes takes the inbounds pass. Gives it to Burns. Burns goes up with it, and he is fouled by Drew Rivers.
Well, it won't be a common that way.
And not only that, that is the 16 foul, so from here on out, the bonus. Both teams. But that matters more for South than it does Tri-Village at this point. Burns could not get that one to drop. He was in the act of shooting, though, so he will get the second free throw. It is on the way, and it's good. Still a 3-possession ball game, though. Marker gives it to Creech. Burns comes up with the steal. He lays it up, and it is good, and Tri-Village leading it by 11.
The danger of the 3-man weave out top is that turnover, and it came up to bite Twin Valley South. And again,
Renfro with the steal. And he wisely holds it up. And with 45 seconds remaining, Tony, and an 11-point lead, if Burns goes to the charity stripe and can make both of these, that pretty much is going to seal the deal.
Well, the other thing is, saw Coach Osborne call off the dogs. He waved them off. No more fouls, he said. So, sense of concession that fouling's not going to matter at this point with 39 seconds left. Cheerleaders on the floor.
I think they were going to do backflips.
Don't get me started.
But Roger Barrymore said, I tell you what, my brother Burns hits the first, leading it by 12, a chance to make it a 13-point lead. My brother coached in Northwest Ohio, and cheerleaders are technically a member of the team.
All right.
When they had a sixth, when the cheerleaders went on the floor as the second free throw was good, the officials called a technical.
That would solve that. Tri-Village, again, outstanding defense. It's really been the trademark tonight.
Spittler goes up with it, cannot get it to go. The rebound is to Holmes. And with 15 seconds remaining, it is going to be a four-way tie for the league championship of the Cross County Conference.
Tri-Village able to defend that title, as well as Twin Valley South, I believe.
Renfro nearly got the tip at the buzzer. That will do it. Tri-Village wins this by 13. We'll talk about that coming back. But the final score, Tri-Village 53, Twin Valley South 40. We'll be back with the post-game show and wrap this up here from Twin Valley South in just a moment.
This event brought to you by the Made Right Sandwich Shop at 125 North Broadway in Greenville. The Ansonia Lumber Company, 300 South Main Street in Ansonia. Greenville National Bank in Greenville, Ansonia, Gettysburg, Arcanum, and Bradford. Cox Insurance Agency, RB Cox Agency in Ansonia, Vinoy Cox Insurance Agency in Greenville. Homestretch Sportswear in St. Henry and Wapakoneta. By Montage Cafe on South Broadway in Greenville. Oliver Funeral Home, Greenville's only locally owned funeral home. McCabe Painting Incorporated, professional service with guaranteed satisfaction. By Osgood State Bank, with locations in Osgood, Fort Laramie, Chickasaw, and Lakeview. Family Health of Darke County, located in Greenville, Versailles, Arcanum, and New Madison. By State Farm Insurance, your local agent Jim Gable, East Main Street in Greenville. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
We're back at Twin Valley South, where the Tri-Village Patriots have just handed Twin Valley South their second loss of the season, but more importantly, their second loss in conference play. They fall to 8-2, or rather, Tri-Village improves to 9-2. South falls to 9-2 as well, and I'm sure those people from National Trail and
right in front of us,
Franklin
the
Monroe
Arnett twins, the McQuinney are down there giving each other high fives as they're also Cross County Conference champions.
A four-way tie, but Tony, a 36-33 ball game at the end of three quarters. The final score not indicative of the way this game was played. It ends up being 13.
Well, I got to give both coaches credit. Defensively, they had their teams ready to play, and nothing was easy out there. I think holding Twin Valley South to 40 points is just an incredible feat. They're known for being explosive offense for good reason. They have a lot of guys that can score, a lot of guys that can handle the ball, and for that reason, I think you have to just take your hats off to Tri-Village and their defense. On the other side of it, Twin Valley South just kept hanging around. They kept hanging around despite that good defense, and they slapped a little something extra on Brett Dill to make it very difficult for Tri-Village to get things rolling. And eventually, late in the game, they came out of that box and won, and Tri-Village able to explode up for a little bit more breathing room there at the end.
Well, they really did a good job against Dill too, as you'll run down that here momentarily. But a couple players stepping up for Tri-Village, Tommy Renfro and Kyler Burns.
Let's talk about Kyler Burns first. He scored 13 points in that crucial second half, finished with 15, but 13 points and a half for that junior And a lot of it, again, we keep talking about defense, was because of defense, getting a steal, getting the breakaways, and so forth. So while the offense does score, a lot of that had to do with just good, tenacious defense on both ends of the floor.
We'll go ahead and run down the unofficial scoring here tonight.
For Twin Valley South, Steve Bird, 3 points. David Marker, 4 points. Kyle Clevenger, 1 point. Dale Spittler, 8 points. Shelby Emmerich, 2. Caleb Betzner, 2. Alex Rue, 9. And leading the way for Twin Valley South, Daniel Creech with 11 points. For Tri-Village, we had Corey J with 4 points. Aaron Holmes with 4 points. Brett Dill with 4 points. Derek Airy with 3 points. Zach Hoisington with 6. Kyler Burns with 15. And the leading scorer in the ballgame, Tommy Renfro, with 17 points.
Well, tip of the cap as Tri-Village improves to 14-6. They end the regular season at 14-6, 9-2 in the cross-county conference. Twin Valley South falls to 17-2 overall. They still have one non-league game to play, and they fall to 9-2 in the cross-county conference. But I'm sure Mike Harrison and Mike Fitzsands are very happy tonight as well, as is Lee Faulkner, because Tri-Village's win here tonight catapults those 3 schools into the league championship.
Yeah, it's a great conference. We talked about it at the FM tourney, just how well represented through the years the cross-county conference has been, even at the state tournament and so forth. And to have 4 co-champions is great for the kids. A lot of kids get to walk away and say they were champions, and nothing wrong with that.
And really, you have National Trail has had a pretty solid year from beginning to end. But Franklin Monroe got off to a rough start. Tri-Village got off to a rough start. So those 2 schools have been coming on extremely strong here in the second half, particularly the second half of the season. Twin Valley South,
the most consistent of the teams, has came up short tonight. Right,
exactly. And a tip of the cap to Twin Valley South, because they're going to make a run deep into the Division III tournament.
Oh, they certainly are. This is a great team. Well deserving of a conference championship as well, and no sleight of the hand at all. One game here tonight doesn't mean that this was a poor season. Anybody would take a 17-2 season most generally at the beginning of the year in a conference championship, and that's exactly what they have in hand.
Well, we hope this is not going to be our swan song of doing games, be it football or basketball. We're definitely hoping to be back here again, back doing ball games next year. And for those of you at Twin Valley South, we're hoping to be on the Eaton Time Warner system next fall with high school football. So that's our goal, at least at this point. And right now things are progressing toward doing that, and we hope to be able to continue to do ball games on Greenville Public Access Television as well. And we hope to get things back going with Adelphia for those schools in the northernmost part of our broadcast area as well. So that kind of fell apart here during basketball season, but at least on Minster and Versailles, we're still hoping to get some games on in St. Henry and Coldwater. But nonetheless, it's been a fun year. We had some great basketball games.
We saw some very good basketball this year, and I'm sure the fans that are able to watch these on the delayed broadcast certainly enjoy them, Mark. And appreciate all your hard work bringing that to all the basketball fans in the region.
Well, again, the final score here from West Alexandria, Twin Valley South High School. Twin Valley South falling to Tri-Village, meaning there is a 4-way championship in the cross-county conference between Twin Valley South, Tri-Village, National Trail, and last but not least, the Franklin Monroe Jets. The final score here, though, Tri-Village 53, Twin Valley South 40. For Tony Thomas, I'm Mark Bixler. Until next time, so long, everybody.